Hey guys, so some of you may know that I'm putting together a Darth Vader cosplay, hopefully for Houston Comic Con at the end of next month. It's moving along very well. And one of the things I wanted to put with that cosplay as part of it was a Darth Vader voice changer. Nothing sells the feel of Darth Vader like that James Earl Jones voice. Now, you can't exactly replicate that because he's unique. No one will ever be able to replace him. But you can come close depending on what you buy. As of the beginning of 2018, there are three high-end options that you can choose when you're putting together the voice box for a Darth Vader cosplay. I've learned this from scouring the 501st Star Wars cosplay and charity forum boards, the Sith Lord detachments. Yes, we all like to get together and talk about crazy Sith Lord stuff. And it's a lot of fun. You should try it too. Hopefully, if you watch a lot of my videos, this is something that you're interested in already. If not, join up. Come on, have some fun. Anyway, those three options are for doing a Darth Vader voice changing unit. There's one thing called a Zoom multi-stomp, and that's basically like a guitar pedal for musicians. Another one is a ROM effects. That also changes your voice. But the version that I decided to use is called a Vortex. It's put out by Jim Shima at hyperdynelabs.com. It is amazing. He only puts out a few every year, and I'm very lucky to get to have one, so thank you. And I'm really excited after having played with it for a few days and adjusted the settings. I'm excited about what it does. So let's find out a little bit more about the unit. It comes in this really fancy 3D printed box, which is great. Move it around so you can see a little bit of the shine. And it's a pretty sturdy box. This top stays on just with friction. It has two little parts that kind of help it stay on with friction. Now, it doesn't come with a battery. I bought this 9-volt battery. It's a lithium ion battery, which is, what I prefer to use for all my electronics. A lot of people do. It also comes with a core unit that will hold 4 6-volt batteries. And I've got that off camera, but you can put that in as well. It works really well. I've tested that too. Now, as far as the internals of this, probably don't know exactly what you're looking at, which is why you're watching this video. So it has 2 jacks on one side, 1 jack on another. One of these jacks is this is the output jack, so that's going to go to your speaker. It has a push to talk jack, which we'll talk about. And it also has, of course, a microphone jack. You'll see that there's a button here for programming. This is going to allow you to change the different features, and there are a lot of features. There are at least 12 different categories of setting that you can change on this, which makes it very versatile. There's going to be a light, there's a stat button, and there's also an act button. So when you change something, it's going to tell you which feature you've changed by lighting up one of those buttons. And it's going to tell you what setting that feature is on once you've changed it. Now, along with this kit, Jim will send you a 3.5 audio jack, which is right here. He'll send you a push-to-talk cord. You can see he's done a really good job of soldering that button on there. And I chose to also add, for an extra several bucks, he also sells a unidirectional mic, which I think is really good. Now, the mic itself, it comes with a foam covering. I took that off. After playing around with it and messing around with it, I really decided that I liked it better without it. You'll notice it has holes on both sides, and it really works very well. I'm very pleased with it. I may end up playing with some other microphones just to see, but for right now, this sounds really good to me. So one of the things I want to show you is that there are several different settings. Now, if you go online and you look at the online documentation for the Vortex 3, then you'll find that it will show you all of the different programming parameters. And you're able to change things like when you use the voice activation, you can change how long that that stays on. You can change how loudly you have to speak in order to initiate the voice activation. You can enable the push to talk, or you can disable the push to talk. You can change the pitch of your voice. You'll notice it has 8 settings for voice depth. And I think I found a really good one for my voice. Your voice may be different. He has bulk mic gain, which is the overall loudness of the entire unit. You have fine mic gain, which is going to allow you to pick up finer, a finer sensation of your voice. But it can also pick up crackles and other things. So depending on how far you have your microphone away, or depending on how far or how often your voice cracks, you may want to change that. There are breath effects, which I'll show you as well. And you're even able to change the silence between the breaths, which is amazing. There's a bit of a helmeted effect, which is kind of like reverb, but it's your own unique, it's its own unique sound. So it really adds to the Darth Vader sound. And then of course you can reset everything. So I've got everything set up, and I have the microphone headset ready to go. I have the audio jack that is connected to a Bluetooth speaker that's right off camera, and I have the push to talk button ready to go. Now, when I turn this on, or take the cover off to turn this on, that's one thing I would change on this, is that button could be a little bit more accessible, but that's all right. I'll work on that. Once I get this going, you're going to start hearing the Darth Vader breathing effects. And then I'll run through some lines to hear exactly how it changes my voice. Now, there are lots of different settings. Perhaps for you, you would use a different setting, but it's really fun to play around with all the different ways you can configure this thing. So let's test it out.
The Force is strong with this one. Apology accepted, Captain Nita. Don't be too proud of this technological terror that you've created. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant when compared to the power of the Force. Give yourself to the dark side. It's the only way to save your friends. Yes, your thoughts betray you. Especially for sister. So you have a twin sister. I find your lack of faith disturbing. I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it further. No disintegrations. Impressive. Most impressive. Obi-Wan was wise to hide her from me. Now his failure is complete. I hope so for your sake. The Emperor is not as forgiving as I am.
So, hopefully you think that sounds pretty good. I think it sounds really good. I'll get a Bluetooth or some other speaker that I will put probably inside the mask, or I might use Darth Sloan's transducer system inside of my armor. If you don't know what I'm talking about, head on over to the Sith Lord Detachment forums and find out, or do some other searches on YouTube for videos that have setups for speaker systems. I absolutely love this Vortex 3 from Hyperdyne Labs, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks.
May the Force be with you.